Live. Going. You're live. I'm live. Thank you. I'm glad to know it. Hello, YouTubers. That was easy. That was easy enough. Hello, Bill Easley. How's life? Well, I must admit, I spent all day trying to figure out YouTube and subscribers and all that stuff, and I'm about to give up. And then I decided I would apply for unemployment. I'm not working. I need the income from work, and I'm not working. I won't work for a while. So they said, "Oh, yeah, it's just, well, it'll be a long time before you get your money." Okay, fine. So if I owe anybody any money out there, you're gonna just wait. I'll send it to you soon. I'll send it to you ASAP. But I found out, what a great, what do they call it? Segue. What a great segue into the song that I've been rehearsing all day. I will send you the money ASAP. But first of all, I have to understand what ASAP means. And this is what it means. Have we met? How are you tonight? Good. Good. Fine. See, the truth is, I really did not, as a kid, know what ASAP meant. I never did. I thought it was Aesop's fables. I thought that was really what it all dealt with. Sense, do it ASAP. What, like a fable? Like I didn't get it. Finally. For years and years, I've thought about this interesting acronym and wondered what it meant. ASAP. I never really got it. No matter how much time I spent. Then suddenly it dawned on me, it came to me out of the blue, as if riding on a breeze. ASAP, as slowly as possible, please. ASAP means that no one's in a hurry, so take your time, procrastinate and stall. Get back to us when the Spirit moves you, if the Spirit ever moves you at all. ASAP as slowly as possible. Do not worry, do not fuss. Get back to us when you really have the time, and any time will be just fine with us. Any time will be just fine. ASAP, really take your time. Make this the last thing that you do. ASAP, as slowly as possible. We do not want to hear from you. ASAP, as slowly as possible. We don't need your point of view. So get back to us maybe by 2025, or never. How would never do? Send that money to us as slowly as possible. Do not fret your little head. Send that money to us when it really is convenient. Or better yet, wait until you're dead. ASAP as slowly as possible. Do not fill yourself with stress and strife. ASAP, just take it easy and have yourself a lovely life. Have yourself a lovely life. So anyone who wants me to send them money ASAP, I'll be happy to do it. I like that song. I actually like that song. Another one I've been working on since I screwed it up royally a couple days ago on my live from 585 is a song which my wife loves because she thinks is very funny. I'm going to put him over here, just slightly out of the way. In case anybody doesn't know it, those are my 2 Mac Awards from Manhattan Association of Cabaret. The statue is wearing one. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see. Yes, the statue. I'll put the glare on. He's wearing the one from 1992. Bung, bung, bung. That's this one here. And he is the statue from 1997. Now, yes, I haven't won any in 23 years, but I'm still working on it. I'm sure that another one's right around the corner. I just can feel it. This is a song about my brother John. My brother John had a house in Baltimore where he lived in simple fashion. My brother John had a garden in the backyard that he tended to with great passion. One day my brother John took me on a walk down the garden path so well worn. When I asked about those green plants growing neath the cornstalk, he said, "Son, I call them corn. I call them corn. I call them corn. The finest stalks of corn you've ever seen. I call it corn. He calls it corn. Ears of corn with pointy leaves of green." Now my brother John spent 2 years in Vietnam. He don't like to talk about it. He says with all the stress and strife of living army life, you need a pastime, no doubt about it. Now my brother John can build a house all by himself, do it all alone with his 2 hands. So it don't surprise me that he would find a way to cultivate the riches of our lands. He calls it corn. He calls it corn. Green plants growing clear up to the skies. Calls them corn. To call them corn. What else would they be otherwise? Having funny green weeds growing neath the corn stalks would usually make a farmer feel forlorn. But my own brother John only smiles and says with pride, "I call them corn. I call it corn. I call it corn. Let it grow so strong and tall and free. I call it corn. I call it corn. Really, what else could it be? Damn if it don't look like corn to me." It's coming along. It's coming along. I practiced it one way, and then I came up with a whole other melody, as I was doing it now, I just did it totally different, but it worked out great. I'm going to keep working on that song because it reminds me of my brother John, who is still very much with us, alive, and probably growing corn like crazy down in Baltimore. Tonight, he's probably out there watering his corn right now. Obviously, the song is about those little green plants. Hello, focus in, please. You've got to focus. Good Lord. Stephen Goldberg. Hello, Jay. Just switched to YouTube. Stephen Goldberg, you won't get the dollars ASAP because the U.S. government is FUBAR. Oh, FUBAR. Albert Hudson, you should get another medal for what you're doing now. Okay. I'm sure I will. I have a feeling that I will. Because I'm not going to stop until they do. So, I mean, that's just it. I'm not going to stop until I get a nice medal. Look at that. Now I've got both of them. Both of you can see my friend there. Let me just take a quick little look who has wandered in to the house of ill repute on, oh my heavens, the list is very long. That's beautiful. The Fred Berman is watching, Tim Weinkopf, Ken Levinsky. Ken, you're back. William Coleman, Christopher Lenz. Hi, Christopher. Go, Jay, go. Thank you. The cars are driving. Yes, you know it. Oh, it's backwards tonight, is it? Okay. Bill Crow says the cars are driving on the wrong side of the street. Well, I moved to London, Bill. I didn't want to say anything. Valerie Leonhart Smallkin is watching. I would turn it around, except what I'd probably do is lose it. So I'm not turning anything around. I'm just going to be left-handed tonight on Facebook, because if I start messing around with it, let me see here again, putting my little fingers on the screen and trying to change it, I'll lose it entirely, and I don't feel like doing that. So just be right. I'll just be left-handed. Linus Winch. Where's Linus Winch? I like that. Hello, Ing. How are you? Good. Dick Clark from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Folks, Dick Clark is coming in. Where's the tote board? The tote board. No, we don't have a tote board. Okay, you want a tote board. You can go on Apple Music, or what's it called? Apple, is that what it is? Apple Music, and buy all my music. Just buy it all. That's how you can do it. Just go ahead. See if I care. Jay Anderson's watching. Shelley Burns is watching. Clifford Bass. Steve Homan. John Bates. Hey, John Bates. How are you? David Budway is doing a live jazz piano show tonight at 8 on his Facebook page. You're a trendsetter. Good. Chris, very good. Tell David I'm going to play it. David Budway, you got to see David Budway. He's on Facebook at 8 o'clock. This guy is the most crazy, sensational solo pianist. You got to tune in. David Budway, you'll find him. Budway. Fortunately, he was nice enough to not get in my 7 o'clock spot. Very considerate of him. But he should, and everybody should. We can all share. This is it's great income from this. It's really nice. Good. So, David, I'll be tuning in. Dick Clark. Russ promotes you every day. I know he does. And I try to promote him. Rondi, Charleston. I'm here listening. Don't give up. Give up what? Don't give up the ship. Bill Easley is still watching. Nancy Winston. Hi, Nancy. Nick Nabe is watching. Hello, Nick. Hello, Renee Raff. Renee Raff, ladies and gentlemen, my partner in crime here in New York. She and I owe her, I've got to give her, there's a song I got to give her, which I will sing to you later, whether you like it or not. Nina Morano. Nina, how are you? Don Black. Joni Forte. Hi, Joni. How's Lou? Howard Gloucester, we owe you. Right. But send it ASAP, please. Bill Crow, I once got a postcard from Bernie Primin from Russia that said, here's the money I owe you. That's Bill Crow. Mike Meller is watching. Mike Meller, hey, Jay. Gerald Grable. Okay, I'm going to stop right here because I have sweet potatoes too. 9 minutes in the microwave. Yeah, well, did I tell you, we ordered all kinds of food. I think I told you this earlier, but I'm telling you again. We ordered all kinds of food from Garden of Eden, be delivered. And you got to tip a lot. Well, you're going to tip a lot because these guys who are delivering it are putting their lives on the hand so you can get your food. So, 20%, 30%, 40% tip is appropriate. Not 20, 30 or 40 is appropriate. But my wife Donna ordered all kinds of, turkey and chicken and this and that and all. They didn't have any of it except for sweet potatoes, grapefruit, and something else. So Did I tell you that recently New York is so deserted now that recently I heard a hoot owl in the back, which I've never heard ever, and a crow. I heard a crow cawing out front. They figured, well, the people have moved away. Let's see what's going on here. But there's not a lot going on, except I think the rats are, well, unfortunately, I'll probably get thrown off the air for saying New York has rats, but New York has rats, and lots of them. But the rats, they're peaceful. They stay where they're supposed to stay. Only at night do you see one about the size of a dog crossing the street. But that's anywhere in New York. That's not just here. It's any place in New York, because they have established themselves very nicely. Right. Bruce Adams is watching. Christopher Lentz is watching. Joshua Levine. I like that song too. I don't know which one that is. I forgot what the statue looks like. I know. If I had a way to do this, I would use the same camera, and I probably can. No, I can probably should use the same camera for Facebook. I should use the camera over here, the YouTube camera for Facebook, but I'm afraid to make those kind of switches because all of a sudden things black out. I mean, I'm not exactly Michael Berkowitz. How are you, Michael Berkowitz? How are you, man? When's your show? The drum show. Howard Gloucester. Corn is amazing. M-A-I-Z-E. But you understand what the corn was that he was growing, and that's why it was so funny. I enjoy corn. Good. Greta Matassa. I'm going to stop. Hi, Paul. Take care of that bass. Corn is good. Thank you. Everybody's a corn fan here. There's a kernel of truth in that, he says. That's Howard Gloucester. Nina Morano. Love your attitude. Yeah, my attitude. I got some attitude. Bob Stewart is watching and not saying a word. Bob doesn't write. He doesn't write. Clifford Bass. Wow, I must have seen you 15 times, and I love the new repertoire. Well, Clifford, see, I'm working hard to put new things into the book, but it's not so easy because that means I got to practice all afternoon. I never did like that. Hey, Marty, how are you? Marty Morell played drums with Bill Evans and played drums with me too, of course. I mean, Bill Evans was good. Don't get me wrong. Bill Evans was really good. But, he did play with me too. That should get some more comments from somebody. Ron Apria is watching. Hey, Ron. Sorry I missed the rehearsal. Tony Garuso. Hey. All right. We now go back to the bass. We've now done ASAP and My Brother John. And now here's one that my little trio and I are going to be doing soon because it's so easy. I just had anything that's easy. I like the song already. Darling, before you leave me, darling, before you go, there's a little something that I thought that you should know. My Uncle Henry passed away, they're crazy, so. And he put you in his will and baby left you all his dough. So darling, don't be rash. You'd be walking out on lots of newfound cash. Now Uncle Henry stashed his cash beneath the kitchen sink. And he had more money stashed down there than you would ever think. Yes, he hoped and prayed that the money wouldn't fall into my hands. He rolled those bills. He rolled those bills in He rolled those bills in rubber bands and tied. He rolled those bills in rubber bands. He rolled those bills in rubber bands and stuck them in tin cans. He rolled those bills He rolled those bills in rubber bands and hid them in tin cans. Woo! And you're the only one who's privy to that cash. So, baby, you're walking out of lots of newfound cash. Uncle Henry didn't spend it. He was frugal as could be. He knew it wasn't wise to give a single dime to me. He knew you were the only one whose feet were on the ground. Your virtues he would endlessly expound. Uncle Henry did not spend his cash. He was frugal as could be. And he knew it was not a wise thing to give it all to me. He knew you were the only one who had his feet on the ground. His virtues he would endlessly expound. His virtues, your virtues he would endlessly expound. I was good this afternoon. Darling, before you leave me, darling, before you go, I mean, there's a little something that I thought that you really, really should know. My Uncle Henry said that everybody said my Uncle Henry was bad luck. But I think he was probably more like Scrooge McDuck. Baby, baby, don't be rash. You'll be walking out of lots of newfound, walking out on lots of newfound, walking out on lots of newfound cash. It's the lyrics. And I write too many words in my songs. I've been through this already. I write too many words to my songs. We all know it, forget it. That's the way it's going to be. Let's do something I know. Something I know. Somebody asked for, oh yes. Renee, this is for you now, so pay attention. This song got written because I love the way, let me stop playing for a second. It's hard to ever think of that. I wrote the song because I was listening to country music, country songs, and they have so many juicy metaphors in them. You know, like, comparing things. A metaphor. You all know what metaphors are. Even kids, even my grandchildren know what metaphors are. I love it when people understand metaphors and similes. But I've confused metaphors and similes now. A simile is simile. I have got to study them again. I had it real good. But a metaphor. Country songs have metaphors in them. Tons of them. Let me put this a little bit better. I don't like the way this is. You can see that. Okay, we've all got to see my country songs have a ton of metaphors in them. So I decided I could write a song with metaphors in them. I could do that in a second. And this is my metaphor song. You say got to remember the first line. You say you're right. I have another song that starts with, you say, I confused two songs. You say you've got her number. You say you are so smart. Well, don't say I did not warn you, friend. She's gonna break your heart. You say, what is the problem? You're as brave as you could be. Well, she'll have you feeling like a dog in the kennel. Just you wait and see, because she's mean. Yes, she's mean. She's a genuine, bona fide heartbreak machine. just loves to wander. Your heart just loves to roam. But just like General Custer and his boys, you're gonna wish that you never left home. You say, what is the problem? You say, why all the fuss? Well, she'll have you feeling like a poor little beagle run over by a Greyhound bus because she's mean. She's mean. She's a genuine, bona fide heartbreak machine. Heart machine. Where is it? Oh, I forgot the bridge. Forgot the bridge. Forgot the words to the bridge. She's mean. She's mean. Like a piranha fishing. She's mean. Oh, once she gets you in her sights, there won't be no day to distract her. You're gonna feel like a squirrel neath a big steamroller or a bug in a trash compactor. Like a piranha in a fish tank, she's gonna chew you right apart. Just like a possum with an 18-wheeler, she's gonna crush your heart because she's mean. She's mean. She's a genuine, bona fide heartbreak machine. I forgot how it. Something about it in the plot. Oh, I know what it is. You're gonna end up hurting. It's written in the plot. You're gonna feel like a watermelon drop from a helicopter down into a parking lot. You're gonna end up hurting, and I'm sorry about that. But just like a bug on the windshield of love, your heart is gonna go splat. Because she's mean. She's mean. She's a genuine, bona fide heartbreak machine. Mean. Mean. She's a genuine, bona fide heartbreak machine. Machine. I'd like to do them perfectly, but I forgot how that is. You're going to end up hurting. Sorry about that. You're going to feel like a watermelon drop from a helicopter down into a parking lot. Now, there's a metaphor. You're going to end up hurting. It's written in the. I'm sorry about that. Just like a bug on the windshield of love, your heart is going to go splat. Now, that's metaphor. That's literature. Let's try one more while we got it here. Might as well do one more. I wonder what happened here. Here's one I'm working on. I'm going to put this into my repertoire. I'm going to record it next. Probably won't recognize it once you record it because it'll be so much better. As you may know, if you've been following what I've been doing, I grew up with Ray Brown as my hero. He was like my father to me. He was a person who I modeled myself after. He was outgoing. He was brilliantly talented and straightforward. Straightforward. He never lied to you about anything. And I loved him. His playing was just like that. His playing was the most brilliant stuff I ever heard in my life. And it lives inside of me. And if I've achieved half of the playing that he did, I consider myself ultimately successful. He had a big sound and a big tone, and he just, everything about his playing just lifted me. So, of course, he left us in 2002, and I went out to California, attended his memorial, sang a song. I don't know if I sang this one. I may have sung a version of this one. I don't know if I really did, though, because I don't think I knew it well. Well, now. Well, now, if the truth be told, I was about 15 years old when I first heard of the gentleman named Ray Brown. He was playing with the Oscar Peterson Trio. Man, that music meant the world to me. Oh my! Turned my head around. How did anybody play the bass like that? Every note so round, so true, so fat. It was a revelation. So I went everywhere that Ray Brown played, and I bought every record Ray Brown made. I was filled with inspiration. In 1959, I heard Ray Brown was going north. They're going to settle down, do some teaching in Toronto. Well, a fire lit up inside of me, and I knew where I had to be. I got myself up to Toronto, pronto. But up above the Canadian border, winter gets so out of order. Do you know how cold Toronto gets? Bodily warmth is seriously lacking. Bass violin starts seriously cracking. A less inspired soul might have regret. The Arctic winds come screaming through, your fingers freeze, your lips turn blue. Toronto is one chilly town. Your body aches, your teeth start to chatter, but never mind, it really doesn't matter, because you are there to study with Ray Brown. Every afternoon, the setting sun would let you know that day was done. Oh, those winters could be rough. Then as the evening frost began to glisten, Ray Brown would play and we would listen. I never did get enough. Well, now, if the truth be told, I was about 61 years old when I had to say goodbye to my Ray Brown. He always seemed to stand just a little bit above us. It meant the world to so many of us. Adios, Ray Brown. Walk that walk, Ray Brown. Talk that talk, Ray Brown. Adios, Ray Brown. Ooh, in the middle of that song, an ambulance just went by, screaming by. Oh my, oh my. William Lee. Tom Buckley, hi, Jay. William Lee, thanks, Jay. You're welcome. Hey, Bernie Feinberg, Dave Solomon, nice, Jay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Hi, Jay from Nancy and Spencer. Glad you're there. Yeah, man. Thank you, Nancy. Would you mind playing your Louis Bellson, Lester Lennon gem? Thank you, John. My Louis Bellson Lester Lannon gem, which I appreciate, is actually 2 songs. So, because Tony Bennett told me, I should stop right there. But we jazz musicians all know Tony Bennett because he comes to all of our gigs. Tony Bennett told me that if I just do one song, I have to do my San Francisco. My San Francisco. So I asked him, what song is that, Tony? What's my San Francisco? I mean, his San Francisco sold 250 billion albums or something like that. I haven't quite reached that. But if you guys will go onto Apple, what's it? Apple Music? What the hell is it called? I guess it's Apple Music or Apple Tunes or iTunes. Is it iTunes? Is that what it is? Yes, that's right. I'm sorry. I don't get there very much. iTunes, excuse me. Go into iTunes, and if you buy a couple million copies of my songs, I keep telling the story. I love the story about the one time I looked at my receipts from iTunes, and there was 41 albums, 41 copies of one album. Oh, no, it was CD Baby. They sold 41 copies of one album to the same guy. And I figured maybe he had just gotten drunk and just fell over and would hit his heads on the return button and kept ordering. I was hoping anyway. Oh, listen, but here's a very distinguished picture of me, which I want to share. I mean, I look like Frank Costello. That's what I look like. I look like a hitman. Hi, boom. That's what it is. So just NBC News. Behind closed doors. Never mind. I'm not going to read the headline. Will there be no? That's me. See, does it look like me? Don't you think it looks exactly like me? See, this guy, I posed for that. I was the model for that statue. Maybe not. So that's the one picture I found today. Also, I realized last night. Oh, here's I got another great picture for you. I can't find it. That house I was looking at yesterday in Alpine, the $21 million house. If I took a 1,000-year mortgage on it, it would be $21,000 a year. But then I realized that even at 1%, the interest on it would be $221,000 a year. Or is it? Yeah, $221,000 a year. And that would really mess the whole deal up. Then the taxes would probably be another 200,000, so about 500,000 a year. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to buy that house. Where is that house? I'm not going to get it. I can't find it right now. I can't find the picture of it. But here's regardless of that, in case anybody was wondering what I was going to do, I'm not, the mansion in Alpine selling for $21 million. And I figured if you could get a long enough mortgage, you might be able to do it. But there's too many other expenses, just too many. But here's a great picture. Somebody who watches, those of you who look in a lot know that Bill Crow is a regular. And Bill Crow is one of my real heroes on the bass. And he's played with so many grand people. And the most noticeable to me was the Jerry Mulligan Quartet with Jerry Mulligan, Art Farmer, Dave Bailey, and himself. And I found a picture in Bill's website. And that's not, who's that playing trumpet? Oh, no, that's Bobby Brookmeyer. There's Jerry over here. There's Bill back there. And that's Alex Hawkins. Not Alex, that's the football player from the Hawk. That's the Hawk. That's all I know. And there's Bobby Brookmeyer. I always there was a football player from Baltimore named Alex Hawkins. And I inevitably and he was a craziest. He was a defensive back in the '60s, and he would take hits. It was back when those guys were just hopelessly tough and careless, and he would take hits in the backfield that you couldn't believe. Then he'd get up and run off the field like, I mean, he would take an incredible hit, and I don't know what happened to him, but I don't think it did him much good. And so Ben Webster and the Hawk. Okay, all I can think is Alex Hawkins, but there's Bill back there playing with that kind of band like that. Bill will tell me in a second. Bill, what's the name of the group? What's the name of the tenor player? Can't think of it. All I can think of is Alex Hawkins. Sherry Miracle. Hi, Sherry. Dave Schwartz. Howard Gloucester. Jazz Anecdotes. That's me. Bill Crow is a superhero. I think so. And what's more, he tunes in my show every night, adds comments that help the show have great legitimacy. Wonderful. That's going in my Hall of Fame. Here's another one from my Hall of Fame. You guys have seen this. It's in a frame already. Bucky Pizzarelli, John Bunch, and myself in let me see, hold it so everybody can see it. John Bunch and Bucky Pizzarelli, myself in Italy in 1991 or something like that. We used to go to Europe twice a year, all through the 90s. And we had a bus driver who would sell CDs for us. And boy, we sold a lot of CDs, just right out of the back of the bus. Boom. And the guy didn't even care to get paid. He just took a quarter of it. Jim Corona. Oh, Gene Corona, excuse me. David Schwartz. Coleman Hawkins. Thank you very much. Coleman Hawkins. Hi, Alex Hawkins. Coleman Hawkins. Excuse me, everyone. That's the way it goes. Coleman Hawkins. Thank you. Nice photo. Yeah, anyway, that's John and Bucky and myself. I'll make it easier to see. Let me move this out of the way so you guys can see it too. That group was good. Our best record was called A Visit with the Duke. If you want to get the best record we made, get A Visit with the Duke. It's available someplace. It's really good. I say that with not much prejudice, as I don't have any financial interest in it. But I did mix it. And the reason it was so good was because if we screwed up a chorus, I just took the whole chorus out. If somebody went wrong in a chorus, so as a result, the album just flows from top to bottom. Because I've removed a couple choruses here and there, one of my own, and the album just glides through Ellington. It's a really good Ellington album. And I would go get A Visit with the Duke with the, I guess, New York Swing, something like that. It's really worth it. Bill Crow, Gerald Grable. Bill Crow also did a great work on the first album I heard him on. He did great work on every album I heard him on. Tomoko Ono Farnham is watching. Hi, Tomoko. Here's my picture. I've got to get my picture of Tomoko. Excuse me. Tomoko Ono Farnham is watching. Now, if you guys would want to get your pictures on this, you have to send me your pictures. This is a good idea. Just email them to me. You don't have to send me anything. Just email it to me. Where's Tomoko's picture? Here it is. Tomoko goes by the name this Panda. That's Tomoko. A nice blurry photo of Tomoko with the panda that sits in our house. Here's one. I just in the process of doing that. Look at this picture. Have you seen this one? How many times have I showed you this one? Milt, Bobby Haggart, myself, and Chubby Jackson. Milt. Bobby Haggart, myself, and Chubby Jackson. Woo! Let me just take one more. Just pull one out and see what happens. Let's see what this one is. Ta-da! Oh, here's Carolyn Leonhart, Bill Wurtzel, and me at a concert up in Chappaqua, in a train station in Chappaqua. They have this cute little train station that they do concerts in. It's like Chappaqua all the way. A gorgeous little train station that you can have concerts and people rent it for parties. And you're playing up there and the 740 comes screaming by you and you're all of a sudden you can't hear anything. But my daughter sang. I played. Bill played. And a good time was had by all. Actually was. Okay. I've got my song list here. I had a request for I'll do them both. They're good songs. I know you've all heard them. You can talk among yourselves if you don't, but please, no texting during the bass solos. Please. And I got to stop looking at the monitor. Look what I have to deal with. I have to deal with the fact that the YouTube monitor is slight delay. And if I look at it, I'm always behind on the bass. I'm always at another place on the bass. So I got to not look at the monitor. I got to look over here at you guys. It's terrible. William Lee says, I used to see Chubby Jackson on local Chicago TV in the 50s. How about that? I speak a lot to his son, Duffy. Not a lot. I don't speak to a lot to him, but I spoke to him recently. I've worked with Duffy a lot over the years. Excuse me. I'm going to move this. I don't mind my statue having a place in my life, but it shouldn't be too prominent. I was asked to go to Los Angeles to play a convention. They asked me how much money did I want, and I told them I wanted $10,000. They came back right away with, how about 500? All right. So I lowered my fee to 7,500, and they thought about it and came back with 500. I said I wasn't going to do it for less than 5,000, and in fact, I did it for 500. They bought me a first-class ticket on TWA. I got on the plane, sat down in first class, mind you, and a little white-haired gentleman comes aboard and sits down right next to me. Everybody's stunned. Look who's on this plane. They weren't talking about me, but the man sitting next to me. True story. Take my seat aboard the plane, and what is this I see? Leonard Bernstein comes aboard and sits right next to me. First class New York to LA, some things just work out right. I'll be sitting next to Leonard Bernstein this whole flight. Maybe I should just act like I do not recognize him. Be real cool and do my best not to antagonize him. Now we're rolling down the runway, next stop is LA. I'm nonchalant like I ride next to Lenny every day. Naturally, I turn to him against my own advice. Introduce myself and find that Lenny's very nice. Soon we start to chat and drink and talk about our lives. We talk about our children and our wives. But what a lovely fellow. What a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to L.A. Soon we're sitting, chatting, talking like the very best of pals. Talking music, life, and art, death, and root canals. Now he's interrupting me, but really, that's okay. Because he's a lovely fellow, and he's got a lot to say. I recite some songs I wrote, he recites them back. For poetry and music, he seems to have a knack. He tells me that his new show closed, and now he's feeling beat, and he's not used to dealing with defeat. But what a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to L.A. I forgot that lick in the middle. Been practicing it the last 2 nights, still can't. He does a London Times crossword, 10 minutes and he's through. Does the puzzle with his pen, I do not have a clue. What an intellectual, but a warm and friendly guy. We talk about the world below as we sail through the sky. Finally, I feel the airplane starting to descend, and I know this lovely day is coming to an end. Put our trays and seatbacks up just like you're supposed to do. Landed bid my friend a fond adieu. What a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to L.A. What a lovely fellow, though really, I must say, I've not heard from Lenny since I left him in L.A. Not a goddamn word from Lenny since I left him in L.A. In L.A. In L.A. In L.A. I'm getting my voice back. It wasn't so hard that time. The second song was because I worked with Louis Bellson. I first met Louis Bellson when I went to see Duke Ellington's band when I was 12 years old. And then 20 years later, I was working with him. And that was quite something. One night the band had a job at the Pierre Hotel. Now, the Pierre Hotel is a very society-oriented hotel. And as a result, we were actually miscast there. We shouldn't have been playing there. But there we were. So the band came in and we looked around and we realized we're not supposed to be here. This is. So we went to the band, we went to the book and took out every possible semi-foxtrot we could find, something that could be played so people could dance to it. And actually we did a very good job. We found a lot of great songs. And it was going great. But a guy kept coming up to Louis and bugging Louis on the bandstand. And Louis would have been right here with me. I'd be playing a lick. And Louis had used 2 bass drums. So when things got a little tough, he would just go with both feet to sort of drown people out. He was a very kind, sweet man. And he didn't like to, well, he could confront people, but he didn't like to do that. So finally the guy kept coming back and Louis finally got angry at him. And well, the rest is not history. But I wrote a song about it. Actually, it's becoming history because so many people have listened to this song. They know the story. And this is how it goes. Hear the pretty music, see the people dancing. It's Louis Bellson's band up on the stage. Music great for dancing, singing and romancing, but tonight the foxtrot is the rage. Suddenly a grouchy man with silver hair comes to the stand, fires off a warning cannon. He says he's a big contributor to this affair, and he wants us to play like Lester Landon. This guy don't know from Louis Bellson, and he could care less. And he proceeds to make this solemn vow. He says he knows what beat. Oh, I played the lick in there. Boom. I never do that, and it threw the lyric up. This guy. He says he knows what we're being paid, and all of it will be mislaid unless we play some Lester Landon now. Play some Lester Landon now. At these kind of dances, the people take no chances. It's Lester Landon music all the way. They don't think it's funny when they've paid a lot of money to have to swing when they would rather sway. You see, Lester Landon's music is country clubs, yellow pants, ties with ducks, loafers with no socks. Louis Bellson's music is for jazz freaks, bums, and beatniks. Louis Bellson's music is the pox. Lester Landon's music is Oldsmobiles, riding lessons, strings of pearls, patent leather pumps. Louis Bellson's music is chewing gum and Seagram 7. Yeah. The kind of music that you find in dumps. You find in dumps. Play some real dance music, screams the man with silver hair. He is so bugged that he could snap. He says, I don't care who, I don't care how, you better play my music now, because I cannot dance a foxtrot to this crap. The man walked away. Oh, I forgot it. Dance to this crap. I think I screwed it up someplace. No, I can't remember how it goes. Never forgotten this song. The guy walks away. He walks away, returns, smolders, burns. He finally says, hey, listen to me, Louis Bellson. Heads are gonna roll around here unless you play my music. Try to understand me well, son. So Louis nods and then proceeds to play a long drum solo, loud and long, just like he was deranged. I guess he figured if the man had paid to be unhappy, he should not be shortchanged. He should not be shortchanged. Well, the guy comes back, but Louis stops him in his track. Louis says, no, now listen to me, well, son. Louis says, I'm sorry you are so upset. It fills me up with deep regret. I'm sorry you're so discontent about the money you have spent. I'm sorry you blew all your loot. But listen to me, you old coot. Tonight you dance to Louis Bellson. That's Louiebell, son. Tonight you're gonna dance to Louis. Bellson. Louis Bellson. That's one of those songs that is, I don't even think about anymore. It's you don't have to think about the lyrics, but you know they just come out automatically. It's like on a conveyor belt. You listen to the story, and you don't have to. Your mind's just at ease, and the lyrics are just pouring out. But then something changes, because I've been doing it so long with the trio that I guess I've gotten used to the trio arrangement, and I need all the accompanying notes and stuff. I haven't done like a solo in a long time. I have done it on here, but I'm still keeping the award. Thank you. No, I'm not giving it back just because I forgot one of my songs. No. It stays with me. I'm here at my piano. Whoops, something's in the keyboard. Well, I'll get it later. I won't get it now. Got my computer up here on the desk, the piano. That's what they call it, the desk. Here it's 8:08, just in the nick of time. Bill Crow, sorry, got a phone call. I'll have to replay the program when you sign off. Don't bother, Bill. Don't do it. Okay. I hope it was a gig. Where? How could you get a gig? No, that's good enough. That's good enough. I don't want to get up and struggle through another song right now tonight. It's not really struggling through, but that's enough. That's enough. I didn't prepare at all for today's show. Oh, yeah, I did practice, but I didn't put myself. Who cares? It's just as easy to sit and talk to you guys. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere. I don't even know what today is. Let me guess. Today's what? Monday? Today, Monday? What is today? I swear to Christ, I don't know. Saturday. Okay, that's right. The only way I know is when the Times comes and it's got the rest of the weekend in it. Other than that, right now, I'm paying so little attention to the days going by. I have to. It's like you were in solitary. Unless you mark it down on the wall, you're not going to know. I mean, if it had to be in solitary, this is not solitary. Don't tell my wife I'll call this solitary. She'll be dead. I'll be dead. For a wonderful evening of song and banter. You're welcome, Stephen. Thanks again. Thanks for coming by. And now I'm going to end the YouTubers, but go over to who is it? Who's going? Somebody's going to be on. Somebody's got a show at 8 o'clock. Who is it? Somebody's just advertised they had a show coming on at 8 o'clock. And I want to go hear it. I don't remember who it is. I'm going to go backwards. Anyways, let me go back. I will be there as soon as the vaccination available. Thank you, Tomoko. Who did they say was going to be here? Yes, it still is there. Tomoko on a farm. Somebody's got a show tonight at 8 o'clock. Before you guys go. Tony Benegreca wrote me a letter. No, it's not Tony. Tony's not doing it tonight. Somebody told me, and I forgot. I forgot who it was. Some beautiful piano player who I can't remember who it is. All right, well, listen, I'm not going to go with. Forgot what the statue looks like. Thank you, Howard. Having sweet potatoes too. Who's on Bernie? Read the comments. The comments are hilarious. Somebody, David Budway. I'm sorry. David Budway. I'm going to hang up now and go over to see David Budway. All right, you guys. He's on Facebook. So find David Budway and go do it. See you later.